is your girl, Arisza. Hopefully you guys remember me. And I'm here with another video. This video is going to be a little different. Of course, it's about private practice and it's out. I'm doing this for all you mental health professionals that are either thinking about it, in private practice, not really sure what private practice is, all of that. So I'm gonna do a quick video on how I was able to fast track to success and get to 6 figures in less than a year. So it definitely didn't take me a year to get to 6 figures in my practice, but there's a few things that I did that are not necessarily typical, or what I say normal. So I was able to scale and get to certain places a lot quicker. And that is what I pretty much teach those that are in my mentor courses, those that have followed me on YouTube and able to watch the videos. You'll learn some strategies and things. Right now, I just want to kind of tell you some of the things that I use, some of the framework, and see if this makes sense, if it benefits you, if you like it. Give the video a thumbs up. If you would like to see something else, then please leave it in the comment section. And most importantly, if you guys can subscribe to the channel, that would be great. We're new and I'm trying to get us mental health professionals out there. We know when it comes to entertainment and all the other websites and YouTube channels, they get a lot of views, and us mental health professionals typically are kind of small on the totem pole. So if you can just like the channel and do all those good things that you would do on other videos that you watch, it'll help the YouTube algorithm and we will be able to kind of start taking over in the mental health field. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you how I was able to make over 6 figures in less than a year. I don't know if you ever dreamed of this. I don't know if you have a passion project or something that you desired to do or something you decided to start and you wanted to do it, but you wasn't sure how to get from point A to point B. So this is how I was able to transform my private practice to a thriving business in record time, is because I had a system from how to get to point A to point B. So first, let me talk about the foundations of growth. In the first few weeks, I laid the groundwork by identifying what type of clients I was going to serve. Was I going to contract with other agencies? Was I going to get paneled with all insurance companies or add a few more? Because at this time when I started, I was slowly credentialing myself. So I might have been on maybe 1 or 2 insurance panels and I would get a steady flow of clients, but I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure if I wanted to work with the geriatric population, if I wanted to work with children, if I wanted to work with couples, adults. I just didn't know. I had a wide range of clients. To be honest, I had clients in their 90s and clients as young as 5. So I had a really wide range of clients that I would see. And what I had to do is sit back and say, okay, who do I work best with? And who would I like to, if I had to do this every day, all day, for the rest of my life, what population would I like to start with? And I kind of took it from there. So I would say when you're starting out, part of the foundations of growth is identifying your niche. You want to be able to figure out who you work well with, how you can better serve this group, and then also financially, what does that look like? You know, you're going to use insurance where you get certain reimbursements and you're locked in at those amounts, or you're going to be self-pay where you just can set your own rates and either they choose to work with you and pay your rates or they choose not to. You have options, but you also have to be mindful that your clients have options. So if there's companies out there that provide insurance and you're one that only takes self-pay, there's a huge bulk of people that you won't service or that you would be neglecting. And for many therapists, that's fine. They rather keep their niche small by just keeping self-pay clients, working with children only or working with couples only, whatever it may be. So that is what I would suggest that you do. When you're starting the foundations of growth, figure out, what are you going to do? Are you going to be self-pay? Are you going to do insurance and get paneled? Are you going to work with a certain type of population, or are you going to work with all populations? And of course, this is something that I talk about a lot in some of my programs and, you know, my content. It'll show that you have to really know what you want to do when you become an entrepreneur. It's not throwing something up against the wall and just seeing if it sticks. In some cases, you will do that, but when you're starting out, you need some sort of foundation. And that is something that I would say, starting out, you want to set a firm foundation. The second part would be strategic visibility. You want to figure out, how visible do you want to be? Are you going to leverage social media? Or are you going to just do a lot of community engagement? How are you going to increase your practice's awareness or your practice's presence? how people see your practice in the community. Are you going to be virtual and people just know that you provide online services? Or are you going to have a brick and mortar? These are the things that you must decide early on in your business, because that's going to determine what type of strategy you have when it comes to marketing. For me, I personally started out as a virtual only practice, and then I slowly started seeing clients in person, but I would say I've kept it about 75-25 over the years that I've had a practice, where I have an office space that I use, and those that are on my team, they can also use that shared space with me. However, majority of our clients like to be seen virtually, and that's just how we do things. And of course, if that's something you choose to do, you also have to know how to market that. When a client calls in and they say, hey, I would like to see so-and-so, or I really want to get into therapy, how soon can I come in? They're expecting to come into a brick and mortar. So if you don't offer that, you have to figure out a way to get that client to understand that they're going to get really good quality care working with you, but it's not going to be in the fashion of being in an office space. It might be in a virtual setting where you're clicking on a link and you guys pop up and you have the session that way. So there's a lot of things you want to consider when it comes to starting your practice, and you just want to do not only what's going to be convenient, but what is going to be feasible for the long term. Not something you do now and then say, oh, I can't keep this up. You want to think about, what is this going to look like moving forward? If you have 5 kids at home, and you're a mom at homeschool and your kids are running around in the back or doing other things, virtual office might be really challenging. However, going into a brick and mortar in that situation might be challenging. So you'll have to figure out, how can you do that? That's when you'll get to scheduling. Maybe you only see clients on a weekend, or you only see clients before 5 or after 5. This is all requiring a strategy. As we go through this video, we're talking first about setting the foundation, and then secondly, we're talking about strategic visibility. So you have to decide how you want to show up, how you want your practice to show up, and how you would like to show up. So is that virtually or is that in person? And then from there, when you make that decision, that's how you decide how you're going to leverage social media. How are you going to engage in the community? Are you going to email doctors and email other referrals sources in the area and let them know that your practice exists? What do you do when they say, oh, I don't do virtual, these kids can't do virtual, we definitely need somebody that's going to do in person? Do you have a lot of those clientele just go by the wayside and refer them someplace else? Or do you decide that maybe you can do a little bit of both? That is something that you would have to think about and figure out what's going to be best for your specific agency and how that is going to work out in the long term. Connections is so huge. You want to build a network. That is absolutely one of the main reasons I built this YouTube channel and that my website. It is to build connections. I have a lot of knowledge. I know things. My practice is successful. Things in my life are going extremely well. I could be content and just be happy to let things continue to go. But I came into this field to truly help others, not just clients who are in need, but other professionals, other mental health professionals, people who want to do better, people who want to challenge themselves, people who see that the sky's the limit and they're trying to do things, but maybe they don't have the resources or the connections or the networking group to help them get to that point. So that is what this specific channel is about, and that is what my website is about. We're all about community, helping each other. Everyone's at different places and different spaces in their life. Some people can invest and they can take a course and use it and scale and do extremely well. Some individuals might not have the resources to do that. So they'll have to spend maybe hours on YouTube watching videos and doing other things. That is typically how I started out, because I didn't see a lot of programs that offered the things that I needed at that time. So if you choose to go into private practice, make sure you have the foundations, make sure that you know how you're going to be visible and show up, because that will help you create your marketing strategy, and then your connections, seeing who you're going to connect with, who is going to help you grow and develop in various ways that you're going to need it as a new entrepreneur. Learning and evolving. I talk a lot about professional and personal development. And when you're learning and evolving, you have so many different ways to do that. You know, you have other people, you have other resources, you have books, you have courses, you have movies, shows, everything you can think of, you can learn from that, and it can help you evolve and get better at your craft. So as I expanded, so did my expertise. I began to hone in on my skills, and I stayed abreast of all the latest industry trends and what to offer, how to market, what is important, what type of ads, Facebook ads, Google ads. Like, my mind was constantly going. I would spend hours and hours a week figuring out what is the best things when it comes to private practice. A blog's getting people to my website. Is it the ads bringing people to my website? Is it the structure? Is it the pictures? Is it the graphics? So I had to figure out, hey, you do well with seeing clients and you do really well with running a business, but the marketing strategy is just not your expertise. So I trained myself enough to know, but I also knew that I needed to find someone else that was an expert in that area so they could help me scale and get there faster. And that is exactly what I did. And in my programs, I have someone that's on my team. They're like my chief marketing officer, and they help me build my websites, build my pages, help me with my marketing. We look at the trends and all that stuff each and every week, and we go through it. And I'm offering that same exact person and that same exact strategy to those that come aboard and decide that hey, I want to learn these things too, and I want to scale a lot faster than where I am now. So learning and expanding, again, you have to hone in on those skills. So if you don't choose to work with me, that's perfectly fine, because I'm not for everyone. But you must find someone that is for you and that can help you get to the next level. Anyone that you meet on the social media, in personal life, wherever you're at, and they're at a certain place in life, trust and believe they've had mentoring and coaching. That is a fact. Millionaires, billionaires alike, they have invested in so much self-growth and so much development within themselves. And to tap into other people who have been there, done that can help take them to the next level. So that is what you need to do if you plan on being an entrepreneur and being the best version of yourself. Whether you choose to go into business with yourself, with a team, or work for someone else, either way, you want to focus on your personal development and make sure you continue to evolve. Empowering others. Now, to me, empowering other people is just something I truly enjoy and that I'm passionate about. Success to me is best when it's shared. So by coaching others in my programs and telling people how to do certain things, and I have people call and ask questions and advice and how to do this with their business and how to do that, I realized that I have been able to replicate my growth in other people. I have helped fellow entrepreneurs thrive and create their success stories. And I started out at such a small scale to see and make sure that these individuals were able to meet their needs and get what they needed. And then I slowly begin to scale. The way I built my practice is the same exact way I built my coaching program. I didn't just go all in and throw everything out and just go from here to here in a day. It took strategic planning, as I shared earlier in this video. And that is what you must do. You must have a plan of action of how you're going to do certain things and how you want to accomplish these goals that you set forth. And for me, I enjoy empowering others and helping them. And like I said again, success is nothing if you're not able to share and bless other people with it. So let's keep this momentum rolling. For more insights on how to join my community of growth-minded professionals, please follow this account and go to the website at www.coachingtheelite.com. Let's grow, scale, and just do everything you dreamed of in your personal life and in your practice, if that's what you choose to do. Let's do it together. You have an amazing day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Be blessed.